Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon to everybody around the world. Welcome back to another One Piece video featuring Yamato. Get ready for a very spicy deck profile featuring OP08 here on the channel, and which I am very excited to showcase to everybody around here. Let alone, if you're new to the channel, if you've been here since day one, you know that I very much enjoy this leader. I've also very much enjoyed Doflamingo. So if you guys came to this channel during those times and I was playing nothing but those decks, welcome back, or welcome in to everyone else who's new around here. Today we're going to dive into a very spicy list featuring Egghead units and see what this deck can cook up. I've been tinkering around with this list ever since OP08 got announced here on the sim, got updated. I'm having fun with it. We're going to be looking at 8 2K counters this time around. I usually run anywhere between 8 to 12. But today, there is no Satori here in this list. We'll only be taking Izos and Hiyori. For what I want to do with this deck list, we are going to be as aggressive as possible, trying to shut down as many decks as we can as quickly as possible. You got to keep in mind, with King, with Pudding, Crocodile, a lot of these purple decks are coming back into this format, considering RP Law is gone. There's going to be a whole lot of ramp. And we want to get through these matches as quickly as we possibly can. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is with 9 Flash, a Maru, and Flame Split. Being able to rest 4 cost, 5 cost blockers, go face, and just call it a day. Now, we are running with a ridiculous amount of counters here. Not counters, but triggers. With 4 Onami, 4 Egghead Luffy, 4 Nami, 4 S-Shark, and 2 S-Snakes. Now, we have the opportunity to pop anything from 4 cost to 5 cost with our triggers, being Luffy here and Onami and regular Nami, which is really good. So things like Queen, Kid, Law, all of those blockers are kind of irrelevant here, especially against this deck here. With the 9 Flash, with the Flame Split on Maru, we're chilling. But some of the other upsides to this list is we don't play a lot of bodies on board. We rely off of triggers, and most of the time I'm not protecting life. I would rather protect bodies on board if given the opportunity. Normally we'll take the hit just so I can trigger something off life and kill something on board, which is a lot more value. Or you may have noticed we're running with Please Save Me. This is a very good card here in Yamato, especially for a variation like this. Again, this is a list I've been cooking up. I'm still tinkering around with it. Pick or choose your poison as usual. But what this card allows you to do, considering with the amount of Egghead units that we have already in the deck, we have many opportunities of getting this event off life to bring something back from trash to play it on board. So, in hindsight, we're able to bring Luffy back from trash, play him on board, give him 2 Rested Dawn, swing in for 8k, then pop something that's on your opponent's side of the field while drawing the card. It's pretty strong, right? You also have the same idea with Nami here. If you have 3 life or less, which isn't hard to get to as Yamato, you're able to pop a 5 cost character on your opponent's side of the board and draw a card, which is really good. But some of the very best cards here are going to be S-Snake, and S-Shark. S-Snake, we are running 2 of her. I don't want to see 4. I think 2 is enough. I still think 2 might be a little bit too much, and I might cut it down or take her out entirely. I think she's pretty good for what it wants me to do, or sorry, what I want her to do. She allows you to freeze a character that's on board. That's a 6 cost or less. In other words, it can't attack, which is nice, right? But there's very few characters that really give me a problem. And I think the reason why I'm going to be utilizing her is for mostly the green matchups. So, there's a leader currently who is very strong into Yamato. And we can't really do anything about it. We can't get around it. It is what it is. And that's Jewelry Bonnie. For those of you guys that don't know, Jewelry Bonnie utilizes a card called Eustace Captain Kidd. Our Hody Jones can't touch this. None of our events can touch this. We have to go through him to be able to hit life. So he is a problem. Jewelry Bonnie is a problem. But there are some cards in this list in which we have to be able to deal with, which are Supernova, such as Uroge here and Cavendish. The S-Snake allows Cavendish to be frozen, therefore he cannot attack. This is the idea behind it, right? This card can attack, and he's not able to restand 2 active Dawn for Bonnie to use her leader ability. In a perfect world. You know, I'm just going to say they're probably going to have this on board, so one way or the other she's going to have the Dawn. But it does help you prevent Cavendish from doing his thing, which is nice, okay? Occasionally. There are other big cards that you guys see a lot of in the metagame, Things like Boa Hancock being an 8k for a 6-drop is pretty scary, so S-Snake also helps out in that regard as well. But generally speaking, she just freezes a 6 cost or less. She has her uses. I'm just not going to tell you to run 4 copies of her, you know what I mean? Now, the reason why we are heavily into Egghead, is due to the fact of this event right here. Please Save Me is very, very good. This allows you to bring back a character of 5 costs or less from the trash that is Egghead, which you guys have a lot of them. With all of your Egghead characters here are 5 or less. Therefore, you should always have an opportunity, if this is on life, to bring a character back on board. So hypothetically speaking, again, if you were able to bring Luffy back, Luffy hits the board, he swings in for 8k on your following turn, you use his ability, you pop something, you draw a free card, you get an attack in. Awesome. Nami does the same thing, except for the fact that she draws you a card and she kills something. S-Snake, S-Shark is unblockable when you attach Don to him, which with your leader ability, you give 2 Rested Don for free, becomes a 7k, and then you go about your day, which is really, really good. Now, at the end of the day, this deck does struggle with a lot of decks in the format, still, but still we get walled. And we get walled off against green decks, such as Bonnie. That's really it. Unfortunately, Bonnie is pretty much almost at every event, every locals, every regional. She's going to be there, boys and girls. It is what it is. It's very hard for us to get around Eustace Kid. This deck generally will wall us, no matter what deck, no variation that you are playing of Yamato. It's going to be tough to get around. Corona, Red Green Law, you will body both of these decks. I assure you, this is pretty much no-brainer. You really just go face. You be as aggressive as you possibly can. The upside to it is, even if they get to the late game to start playing blockers down with your 9 flash here and your Amaru, your Flame Split, your Resting blockers should go in face. This deck is going to be the exact same thing. With the help of Egghead, Luffy, and Nami here, you're popping a lot of their bodies on board, therefore you're crippling their leader ability. It's pretty bad for Law, unfortunately. It didn't used to be, due to the fact that this man can get a lot of smaller bodies on board. It was very hard for Yamato kind of to deal with, just a little bit. But with Egghead Luffy, the Nami, these can be played from your hand as active, let alone on trigger. So it's not just getting a Nami off of life and then killing something. You have other options in the deck now that can just pop random cards on your opponent's side of the field to really just cripple this leader, which is a lot of fun. And then when it comes to the red decks right now in the format, there aren't very many of them that we're going to see. To be fair, we're going to see RG Law come back. Cool, great. Not a problem for us. Zoro will body you every single game. Unfortunately, it is what it is. This leader, I assure you, will be top tier in OP08. We already struggle into decks like Moria, right? Moria is able to go wide very, very quickly, have a lot of attacks in. Zoro can have a full board by turn 3. So, yeah, good luck. The 5k pings, the 6k pings, the 7k pings, and what you can do consistently is way too much for this deck to deal with, unfortunately. And sometimes, even if we are playing a Wano variation, which is like the Momo stuff, to be able to heal up, have a blocker on board, it's too late by that time. But overall, the red decks, just Zoro will give you the most trouble here out of the ones that we currently have access to. Now, RP Luffy is going to be another very, very strong deck to deal with here, especially when they get their new cards with the new structure deck. But thus far, it's not that bad into this matchup, especially if you guys can get off a couple double attacks in the early game, you're generally fine. But once they get their new structure decks and they're able to ramp up as fast as they normally are, it's going to be very, very hard for us to deal with them or keep up. We don't get a bunch of ramp cards, we're not purple, so some of the purple decks that we have no trouble with are going to just body us in the late game much quicker than we can be able to find Hody Jones. And that goes for the purple Luffy as well. And Eustace Kid. This guy is getting support a little bit later. I think the structure decks will probably help him out a little bit as well. This is another one of those lists in which I haven't really got a lot of testing into. But theory crafting wise, I think he can be a problem for Yamato down the line. Now, for some of the newer decks in OP08, King, Pudding, both of these decks are a joke into Yamato. It is what it is. King is kind of... he's lackluster. It is what it is. I'm sorry if you guys very much really like this leader. He's not doing a whole lot in the metagames, not doing a whole lot of big events, regionals. The buildings that you can do, like the theory crafting, the builds you can put together for King, it's hit or miss. Pudding, on the other hand, this is going to be one of the best leaders in the format thus far. The downside to it is she struggles into decks that are aggro based. So decks like Doflamingo, Boa, they can go wide very, very quickly, and they have tons of removal when it comes to the red rocks. She's going to struggle into those, let alone Zoro and Yamato. We have the double attack, you know, with the banish and stuff. So being able to just remove their life very, very fast is something that they're going to struggle into. But that also depends on if we draw perfectly. Because due to the fact that they can run 10 cost ace, they have access to the big moms to heal themselves. If they can sustain themselves into the late game, it's pretty much a wraps at that point. It really is. But overall, we're going to dive into a bunch of games today. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this one. Remember to smash the like button if you actually like the videos. Well, let's get into it. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going to dive into a bunch of games today. Coming at you guys with Yamato playing into, it looks like a red-green law for whatever reason. But apparently this leader is going to come back in OP08. He's already done a couple things when it comes to some big events right now in the format. So I'm hoping he makes an impression. I'd much rather see this deck doing well than being forgotten about. Well, this might be a quick game, actually. We already have another Egghead Luffy in hand here. I guess we play Luffy down. We can give the rest of down to the other Luffy. Take this Luffy, pop the Zoro. Or not pop Zoro, pop Bonnie. Run 8k into Zoro. And then pop the Onami. Or Otama. Yeah. Well, good game, bud. That was quick. Let's keep going. Sorry, guys. Keep going. It's okay. It's okay. Rapid fire. All right? That's what we're going to do. We are playing Yamato. That was a pretty, unlucky scenario for Law to be in, but this deck works in mysterious ways sometimes. It's going to be pretty interesting. Either way, we're playing Yamato here into King, and joke's on him. He picked up Sovereignty, and we're not going to be playing any units on board. So we're generally just looking for triggers to pop blockers, which in his case is going to be like Law blocker, Queen blocker, Kid blocker, which isn't really a problem for us as long as we can get in the early pressure here. And considering he decided to guard out the first hit, if Onami lands next turn, that means the second Onami should also land unless he gets a blocker down. Right? Unless he has extra counter. If this hits, potentially, we can go another 8k next turn. Nice, let's go. What was that? Isho and Who's Who. Okay. So there's the Queen. We don't have anything to remove that right now, unfortunately. We would need to get a... No, I can't even rest Nami to do it with a 9 flash. Well, that works. Let's toss this, pop that. Sorry, buddy. Let's go 10. Nice. Go 5. Okay. I was about to say, surely he had enough for the 5. Next turn, we are at, what, 9 Dawn? No Hody Jones. I don't know if Jack was the play there. Interesting. Or maybe he's just given up at this point. Because Jack does... Yeah, he gets to draw a card with this. Trashes that. He's going to kill the Onami. Yep. But there's no reason why we don't just do this instead of playing anything on board. Well played. You know, eventually, I might start streaming here on YouTube. Maybe. Maybe. I'll talk about it in an upcoming video here. I'm thinking about it, though. Especially when I'm doing content like this and I'm like doing deck builds and I'm just playing the play. It might be something I might be interested in. I'll let you guys know here in the upcoming month or so. Anyway, we're playing Yamato into Marco. Unfortunately, I feel like this matchup here is never favored towards Marco. And unfortunately, it seems like everybody and their brother wants to try new stuff in OP08, so it is what it is. I can't play him down because we don't have enough life, but I can put him in trash for now. I know that seems like a silly thing, but just in case we have one of the other events, like to pull them back from trash, it's kind of nice. Anyway, they only play down like the 4-cost blocker Marcos, generally in this deck, unless they're running the 5-cost blocker Ace. Most of the time, it's just this Marco. And for Yamato here, we have Flame Split, which this Marco is about to find out. And now we just go 10k, or we can Onami Banish, which is probably the better play, but it doesn't really matter here. Because we can just go 10, rest him again next turn, because we go up to 7 Dawn, so we could drop Hody to rest if we need to. But I think we'll be fine. If we see one trigger off life, whatever that unit that hits the board, we can rest with 9 slash and just go face. Where did he put it? Okay, so he put the card on the bottom. This is fine. Izo. Okay, that works. We won't be hitting hard enough with Izo to probably close out the game, though. Draws more cards. We've got a big hand over there. Izo would put me at 4 Dawn left. So, we can 9 flash and 9 flash again. So now we're at, what, 8? Or we can save it for next turn, which is probably better. That way we can get 2 10k attacks in. That was for sure you saved the 2 Dawn for like Radical Beams or something. But I'll take these, that's fine. Nope. The next turn we can do the exact same thing, because we can rest the Izo with the 9 flash and rest the Marco while giving us 3000 power. And there is no 5-cost blocker that he can play other than Ace right now, I think. We'll be at 9 Dawn. Quick math. Yeah, we'll be at 9 Dawn, so we can Hody Jones and rest them both if need be. And then give ourselves 9 flash, which makes us 8k, and Hody Jones swings in for 10. Okay, never mind. Marco pops the Izo, goes 8. Sure. There's another Hody. You know, I'm not opposed to just going for game here. I think it'll be a little risky. Onami's cheaper than Hody. We play this down, we pop the Marco, we get rid of a Onami or S-Shark in hand here. Onami's probably better in this regard. Pop that. If he makes it come back, he loses 1 card in hand. Cool. And then now we go 10k again. Do you have it? Good game, buddy. Well played. I'll be honest, I have no idea what to expect from Carrot. This will be my first game with Yamato into this leader. And I haven't really looked all too much into the Minx, because I didn't really plan on playing Carrot at all, so... The only cards in which I'm interested in are the 3-cost event that allows you to rest to 7s. You know what I mean? If your opponent has 7-cost or lower characters already rested, you can freeze them, right? I have something I want to do with that event in Yamato, but... whether or not what this deck runs, I'm not sure. So it's going to be new to me. Sorry. We're going to try our best to navigate this. They did get Pedro. I know they have an opportunity of playing down Carrot, the 5-cost, to freeze something, and to restand it to do it again, which is very, very strong. Our hand's not too bad. We got Hody Jones as well. Off our first life, so that's pretty good. If we drop the Onami, I'm really looking just to get cards out of hand here. Nice. Cool. 2 2Ks is better than 1 in a 1K, so we'll take that. Next turn we should have guaranteed damage in, unless they have blockers up here. 6. Give you a Hiyori. Normally I don't guard out, but getting a trigger there to pop the wands, or the Wanda, is probably not the best play. Let's rest the Pedro. There's no reason to play Nami down because I won't have enough Dawn to swing in on that. They should have enough counter in hand to guard out for 6k. So Pedro will get rested. Then we can go 8k to lead. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's go 8 first. Let's go 8 first. Nice. I'll just take the Nami and attack into the Pedro here. Just get a card out of hand. Cool. Nekomamushi. That's a pretty good card too, by the way. Unfortunately, it's a 9. I forgot what the name's called. The samurai thing. And a mink. Go 3 here. Go 6. I forgot about Carrot's ability there. It's my bad. Ooh, not bad. Get this back on board. So now we can go through the blocker with that shark. We probably didn't expect that one. That's pretty good. Alright, so we're at 8 Dawn. 5 in hand. We can rest this no problem with our flame split. But we have to do 1 damage to them first. This will put Onami on top of life, or Nami on top of life. Hard casting wouldn't be too bad either, though, because we can just get rid of the flame split to do the ability. But I think that might be a misplay, but it's probably better than dropping Hody Jones here, honestly. Do this. We have no choice. We could toss the 0 cost, but I think that's probably better for the Hiyori play. Come on. Aren't you going to get the Nami? Oh, you rested my Dawn instead. Okay, that's fair. No, I can't be too mad about that. That's fine, that's fine. Let's go 7 lead. Oh wow, you had the counter. That sucks. Go 5 here. I'm gonna save S Shark till next turn. Oh, never mind. I messed up. I know I mentioned it earlier too, Carrot's ability. I totally forgot about it again. She's able to rest something that's 5 cost or less if she has a mink on board. That's my bad. I'm about to lose her boy. Okay, maybe we're not. She's probably gonna keep it frozen. Yeah. Dang, man, misplays are mid. She's got 5 Dawn left to play with. She could go... Never mind. Oh, that's pretty good. I like that. Yep. Restands the Carrot. And the way that she did that was playing the 2 cost on the board. This card's pretty good. Carrot gets to restand and then attack again, which allows her to freeze something else. This card allows her to spend 2 and then restand the Carrot. It's pretty spooky, man. It's pretty spooky. I mean... Good game? Yep, sure. Goes 5 here. We'll keep the Nami on board. Because this turn we can drop Hody Jones and go for the face. Or, the next thing I could do is Onami, give myself Banish, and then go into lead. So I think we could probably get in here with 7k. Well, that would be... I had to spend quite a bit of Dawn. This is probably just the best play. I think that's too many. Go 9. This will be guaranteed. And then Nami can also swing in for 9k. And well played, bud. Pretty close game. You know, playing into that Carrot was actually tougher than I thought it was going to be. And I think that's more so, like, my lack of knowledge into that matchup, especially considering I never really gave the Minks much thought. index outside of, you know, their leader, to be fair. Like, there's a couple cards in there I want to use for Yamato, and I'm going to get into that in another build. But when it comes to her, I might have to try out a build with Carrot, man. She seems like a lot of fun. But anyway, let's dive back into this one and see what we can cook up here. I'm not sure why Viola didn't decide to attack first and then drop the Viola. That way they can flip their life back down, but I guess they rather reorganize mine. I don't know. Double searches, so they have 2 Linlins in hand, which means less counter for me. We get a 0 cost event, which isn't too bad. We can reorganize that later with Hiyori. They play down another Viola, flip their life back down. Let's rest this. Let's go 7. I'm hoping we can get this out of the way. Actually, you know what? Let's kill this. I think we can win the game before they actually get the big moms down to matter. Or at least get close enough for it to matter. I could be wrong. Go 6. Yep, ramp up again. There's a pudding and a veggie over there. We'll counter out. 2 Paro Sparrows. Love to see it. Give myself banish. Let's go 9k. We know that they have at least 2 big moms in hand, so we don't know what the other 2 cards are. I wanted to be able to guarantee that hit. Okay. So 2 big moms and something else. Goes 5. I guess you can have it. Sure. We need 1 trigger off this, but we'll get rid of this. So they're going to play 10-drop mom. I need to try to minimize the amount of damage I'm taking here. Get rid of another S-Snake. Ooh, actually. We have the Playboys. We know they have the other 9-cost mom in hand. We don't know if they have another 10. So this might be super risky. But, who's to say? This gives us banish, and which we know they don't have enough counter for it. And I probably should have done that completely different and saved Dawn. And I forgot to swing with Onami there as well. That's my bad. Misplays are made. It's fine, it's fine. We'll be alright, we'll be alright. Yep, we know they have that. Watch it mess up. Sure. Okay. And good game. That's right, get arced. Crazy. Drop the Hody, rest this, just in case it's like a blast breath or something. You never know, man. You never know. Good game, buddy. Well played. That was pretty good. I mean, who's to say, right? Hey, look, guys. It's another king, man. I really want this leader to do really well, but I'm not sure if it's just the deck itself, the leader ability, or nobody has created a build that works well with it. You know what I mean? I'm going to give it a shot later and see what I can cook up with it. I like King as a character, and I want him to be great. And I feel like he can be there. Maybe nobody has found the sauce just yet. Not saying I'm going to be able to, but I'm going to give it a crack at it. Because there's no way this leader is bad, right? It can't be. Let's just do this again. Go 10k. Yep. So you either have a blocker. Yep, there it is. I was gonna say he has to have a blocker there or he loses the game. There goes Jack. If you give me one body on board that I can rest with 9 flash, we just win. Dang. You lucked out. Because I can't do that without resting something here. So, we'll do this instead. This was probably a really bad idea, but we'll go 5. And then 10k. I believe in you. You got this. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, those double Hodies might actually hurt me. We'll see. Yup. Sure. So Hody gets popped. Draws free card. Uh-huh. Then he's got at least one attack this turn, and he needs to keep queen up. Ooh, if only. I mean, you never know. I don't think he'd swing with it, but we'll just freeze him anyway. I'd rather not have to, like, pitch cards for no reason. Alright, so we have 9 still. We can drop another Hody down. Rest this, rest that. It seems like everybody and their brother is very excited to play at OP08. I haven't seen this many leaders, which have been the same today, in a long time. Like when 7 came out, only thing I kept playing against was Bonnie, generally speaking. Now I see a mixture of new leaders in OP08, which is really, really nice. And I think it's all because, you know, since the law has disappeared, a lot of these leaders people are hyped for and very excited to play. It's like a breath of fresh air, pretty much. Come on, take this hit. Yeah, that's my girl. Good job. Unfortunately, that means they might have counter for the next hit with the Onami Banish, but we'll see. Got a Curry, Big Mom. I don't mind taking this. Hody Jones. That sucks. Okay. How do you whiff? How is that possible? That is crazy. Alright, so they got a pudding. Interesting. That is crazy to me how they whiff in a Big Mom deck. But we'll go 10 lead. What you got? You either got it or you don't. Because next turn, while we go to 7 Dawn. So we're playing with Newgate and Robin. That's interesting. Don't know how I feel about that. Speaking of which, there's another one. 7 lead. We'll take this as well. 9 flash. Interesting. What can we do here? I don't think we can win game. But I don't think they can kill us either, so. Unless they have Mom in hand to heal up to sustain themselves. Let's go 5 lead. They should guard this. Cool. And then I think it's better just to clear Nico Robin. Yep. So Hody should survive this turn. Unless they decide to Dawn up. And if they decide to Dawn up to attack into it, that means they're not playing Big Mom down. So this has to be a Big Mom turn or bust. Realistically. Oh, I guess Ace is a thing. You know what? Let's just Hody again. Like, I don't think I have anything to lose here. We have enough counter in hand to protect ourselves. So, we're chilling. Well, not really, right? Because Ace could go 20k. But, big risk. Uh-huh. Brûlée. Do you have it? Okay, so that must have been all their counter. Let's go 10k into Ace. Nice. So I'm guessing either another Ace or Big Mom or just something else with no counter, like a Robin or Miss All Sunday. I think you gotta play Mom here. Oh. Okay. I was not prepared for that, but that's fine. I mean, we have a ridiculous amount of counter in hands. I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh, we're still fine. We're still fine. It's fine. It's okay. Math was hard there for a second. 3 Mom. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we'll probably do one more game after this one. Unfortunately, we're playing against a, an old favorite in Gecko Moria. And I assure you, this is going to be a hard matchup, especially considering Gecko Moria can build boards so fast. In which, we don't have that much counter cards that we can just get rid of here. But thankfully, all of our triggers pretty much do something that are relevant, so it might not be that bad. Oh, please don't guard out. Thank you. feel like in that moment he'd guard out and we don't have Onami to follow up, so that would suck. But it's okay. We got the first hit in, so it's a pretty big W there. Alright, we already know what's going to happen here. He's going to drop a Perona. Yep. We'll get rid of the Nami. Game. Okay, there's the Perona. Get rid of the Nami. I don't mind taking the hit. What's over here? Ooh, that sucked. Hey, you know what? Our hand's pretty good. You might not think so, but all we have to do is go face. Until he decides to play blockers on board, we just gotta go face. That's it. We have the Izo to rest down the Borsellino and or Rebecca. So, and if he wants to play Sabo down, as long as Izo's on board, we can rest the Izo with 9 flash, and then rest the Sabo, and then go face. He didn't have the 8k earlier. You played down another 2k in Sindri, so it's pretty good, boys. It's pretty good. 6 Dawn. We know he runs Sokka. There's Borsellino. He can't do leader ability now, which is nice. So potentially 1-5 and 1-7 this turn, which is fine. There's a Hody Jones. I think we can win on 1 life, honestly. But it's not bad to counter out here. We can give him a Hiyori and an Izo instead of both Hiyoris. But let's take it anyway. We'll pop this. We got lucky for that, by the way. That monkey, sorry, Egghead Luffy. Definitely got lucky there. Because that saved us from spending the Izo on board. Which is okay, but still. If we played the Izo down to rest it, we wouldn't be able to do the Hiyori play here. So technically, we would only be able to swing for 7. So Luffy was really, really lucky there. And if you think about it, we attacked 8k and then 3 10ks in a row. That's crazy. Or is it 2 10ks in a row? I think it was 3. Whatever he decides to put on board, we'll just get immediately killed here with our Nami if we have to, and or rest it with the Izo play. If it is a Sabo, we have to play down Izo down just to rest the Perona to be able to rest the Sabo with 9 flash. Hogback. I was sure he was going to take a Perona there. Okay, he draws that to hand. We'll counter out here. We'll give him 1 Izo. Borsellino. I'm sorry, buddy. Well, not really. You're playing a black deck, so not really. Go 6. I can give him the Hiyori. I don't really want to waste my Amario just yet. Another Izo. I think we're chilling here, boys. Because now we just play Izo to rest it. So he got 9 cards in hand. I don't think he has enough counter for this. I can't pop it with Nami. I think this gives us more damage. 3 9 flash, put the rest of the down on leader and go for game. 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, okay. Well, good game to you too, but I guess your boy Moria was pretty salty. I mean, being hit, what, 4 times? And 4 of them were over 10k? I understand. I get it. I think we did 8k the first swing, then 10, 10, and the third one was going to be 11. With a 9 flash with 4 Dawn. Yeah. So I understand. I get it. Anyhow, this will probably be our last game for the day. Then we're going to dive into another list here on the channel. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this one. This Yamato list is going to be a lot of fun. So let me know what your thoughts and opinions are going to be on this list. Let me know what you change into it, what you're tinkering, all that sort of thing. But in any case, let's get into this matchup and see what we can do against this Marco player. We already got the first hit in. We have 9 Flash already. Or sorry, Flame Splitter already. They have 4 Dawn. So here comes a Marco. Cool. We should be able to get through to this. Cool, we got another one of them. Rest that. We'll go 10k to lead again. I don't really care too much about the 2 cards he has over there. Most of the time they're not really triggers. And often not. Marco has a lot of dead cards in hand, being events and or like no counter cards. Nice. So we can do that again next turn and go to... That was 10 that time, right? So we go to 12 next turn. Hopefully he doesn't have another blocker. Whoop. Sorry, buddy. It be what it be. Now I hope you do have a blocker. I feel like it's one of those, it's at this moment. He knew. Come on, man. You got like 11 cards in your hand. There's no way you don't have another blocker. I believe in you. Play it on the ace. I feel like Arc really just catches a lot of people off guard. That's not the ace I thought you had, but that's fair. I'm pretty sure this one's over. Oh, okay, yeah. Well played, man. We tried. I'll run it back if he wants to run it back. That's fine. We'll hit you with another rematch. Come on, accept it. Thank you. What a good guy. This hand's not bad. We have Flame Split already, which is fine. Because we only need that and or the 9 Flash to generally just take this game. You get a King Dew, so 2k counter. They have at least 1 2k. But they need 5k for next turn. Otherwise they take 2 hits. Marco does his ability. Puts it on the bottom. Whatever that card was. What are you doing? Oh, okay. I'm just going to take the hit anyway. Ooh. Nah. We'll save it. Do our usual. We go 9k. Get the first smack in. Thank you. If only we had a Hiyori in hand, we could put the Please Save Me in Life to bring back the S-Shark from hand here. Because that way we can counter with it, put it in the trash, and have it for later. That'd be kind of nice. 4 Dawn open. Go 6. Another Ezo. Cool. Where's your blocker at? This poor Marco. Now we go 11k to face. There's no reason for us to play down another body here. I think we can just win game next turn. It doesn't really matter what these 2 cards are. I say that and watch us just lose it, because I just threw the game. But I think we're fine. I'm kind of inclined to take these hits in case he gives me a trigger, which is kind of likely. I think any trigger here would just let us win game. Otherwise, we have to play down Ezo to rest the Marco. Which will only allow us to go 10k if we play Ezo down to rest Marco next turn. This works. I'll pop that. If he revives it, he loses 1k counter or whatever in hands. Never mind, threw away ace. Do you have enough? Nice. Let's see if he wants to do one more. Just one more game. I'm very excited for Marcos. I mean, I feel like this leader can work very, really well. So, I think it's going to be a little bit of time before he can do well. Until he gets his structure decks, that is. But I also think this matchup for him and to Yamato is very much unfavorable. I could be wrong. It won't take takes time. I don't understand that, but we'll just go with it. We really just need Flame Split for the match, it seems to be. I'll put this up top, we'll pass it up. This way, Actually, that was probably a misplay. Because now I have to counter out of this attack, otherwise Nami hits the board. And I don't think either way I do this, Nami's going to come down, so... Because next turn he's going to be able to do this as well. But let's go 9. We live and we learn. He's at 5. 1 Dawn here for leader ability, and 4 Dawn open for a blocker Marco, I would think. So I feel like he always has it now. 6. It was smart for him to finally attack me without putting a body on board, so that's pretty good. So now I can't Nami and pop the Marco. So that's pretty smart. Yep, there's Marco. But we'll do the thing and go face again. For 11k. Sorry, buddy. This deck is brutal, man. I swear. It's so much fun. We have another 11k swing, bare minimum, next turn as well, with another flame split. Six Dawn open. I mean, I don't see why not. It could be any card, so that's really nice. We get rid of a boat. So S-Shark will go through the Marco regardless. Ace into Speed Jill, or Gil, sorry. We don't need to use this. He's got quite a bit in hand, but I think we can just go all out here and just call it a day. We'll give this the boost, we'll rest the Marco there. We'll do the thing here as well. That's 9k. Should be 14 and give 2 rest to Dawn. Let's go face. In hindsight, obviously I should be attacking with Yamato first and then going 16k. But I think we have the game here no matter what. Unless he's just severely lucky. Nice. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into the end of the video, in which in today's games we played a bunch of Yamato. I did have a lot of fun with this leader, as I always do. And I do hope you guys try this list out. Let me know what you think about it. Leave your thoughts and your opinions down in the comments below. And without further ado, I will be diving into another Yamato list here soon. I want to show you guys later on. I'm still tweaking the ratios and numbers on that one. I'm not too confident in it just yet, so I got to play around with it. It's going to be a Yamato Wano Mink package, so I'm very excited to showcase it to you when I feel like it's ready. But when it comes to this list for Egghead, this is probably one of my favorite variations of Yamato. I had one a long time ago when it came to a Yamato Skypiea, because it seemed like a lot of people were very much into the Skypiea variations of Yamato. We came up with a very aggressive Yamato with Raigo, considering we didn't really care too much about our life. This was the time when reject was was a thing, but this was a while ago. So I mean, I haven't had a build since then that I very much enjoyed outside of one of my first earlier variations of Soul Pocus when it came to Yamato. And now, with this build setup here, this is so much fun, man. Being able to just always have something on trigger most of the time is 10 out of 10. We came up with a, what was it? A all trigger variation of Yamato not too long ago. I think this was it. This might have been it. Yeah, this was it. We had nothing but triggers pretty much the whole game. This was a lot of fun, man. But to be able to do something like this and do another variation of all triggers here, it's awesome. So I do hope you guys give this one a shot. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you guys are going to be running, what cards you're going to adjust, what you want me to try out with Yamato next. How about your community down in the comments below? Remember, if you liked the video, man, please like the video, alright? So we get these videos floating around. Without further ado, this has been Pawseplays. Remember to smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe for future content when it comes to all things One Piece. Come hop in the Discord. Come tell me I suck. It is what it is. I will catch you guys in the very next video. Good luck on your upcoming treasure cups and pre-releases. Hopefully you guys get some good pulls. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm gonna head out.